President Donald Trump's FEMA freeze is already leading to states being denied resources to help them rebuild after devastating storms. And it's not just affecting blue states, it's also affecting red states. In fact, on Friday, the state of Arkansas received one such denial from the federal government regarding funding for something called individual assistance through FEMA. Now, the funding would have assisted individuals and households who were impacted by severe storms and tornadoes that had occurred on March 14th, 2025. So, this is what is direct, assistance, right? Or individual assistance, I should say. It is assistance that directly impacts some of the poorest Americans. Individual assistance benefits survivors directly to assist those who have uninsured or are underinsured, and it helps with their necessary expenses and serious needs. That assistance is meant to help people return to a safe, sanitary, and functional residence, which you would think would be the goal of the federal government. But apparently, no, not under this one. Okay. But again, underinsured, generally either poor folks or, and this is important too, people who live in places where the insurance market has gone away or is going away. And that's really important because last year, the American National Group, an insurance company owned by Brookfield Asset Management Reinsurance Partners, ceased its homeowners insurance business in 9 states. A move precipitated by declining profitability in those markets, the company told Newsweek. The shift was part of plans to pull back in the states of Arkansas, California, Colorado, Louisiana, Minnesota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, and Washington, according to a company official. So some of those states, of course, California had the giant wildfires, which have destroyed a lot of homes, especially in the LA area, and of course the tornadoes in Arkansas, places like Oklahoma. So all these different places have had issues, and I'm surprised Florida is not on the list because Florida has also seen their home insurance markets pull out their businesses because you know what? You might not believe in climate change, but your insurance company does. Very important. Very important to note. That could be the difference between you being able to get home insurance so that if one of those natural disasters destroys your house, you at least have something to fall back on and to nothing. So now that said, the people who don't have that insurance were getting helped by FEMA. But now, not anymore. Not anymore. The people in Arkansas are some of the people that need this assistance the most. And FEMA is saying, no, we're not going to help you. You're on your own. And so it makes me remember the false claims made by Donald Trump during the election. Remember, he's, Joe Biden, he is directing FEMA to not help red states. That's right. They're denying Republicans and they're only helping blue states. That was a lie. Okay, because FEMA was helping red states under Joe Biden. But this is now coming true under Donald Trump. His FEMA is not helping anyone, red states or blue states. Last week, the Trump administration officially denied the state of Washington's request for disaster aid related to last year's bomb cyclone that killed at least 2 people and damaged hundreds of homes and businesses. The administration sent a letter responding to former Governor Jay Inslee, who filed the request for $34 million to FEMA before his term ended, and he was replaced by the current Democratic Governor Bob Ferguson. The letter says this: "This is in response to your January 14th, 2025 request for a major disaster declaration for the state of Washington as a result of severe storms. straight line winds, flooding, landslides, and mudslides during the period of November 17th to November 23rd, 2024. You specifically requested a declaration for public assistance for 6 counties and hazard mitigation statewide. Based on our review of all the information available, it has been determined that supplemental federal assistance under the Stafford Act is not warranted. Therefore, I must inform you that your request for a major disaster declaration is denied. That's right. Just denied. And why was it denied? There has to have been a reason, right? There was not. There was no reason. The letter did not give any explanation as to why these benefits were denied. And look, the Fox affiliate in Seattle reported that the cyclone ravaged local infrastructure like highways, utilities, and public electrical power systems, and that thousands of damage reports were filed. So it's not like they didn't need the help. They did. But of course, Trump said, nah, not going to do it. Not interested. Not only that, but last week the administration had also notified North Carolina that it would no longer fully reimburse the state for funds it's spending to recover from Hurricane Helene. You know, they're doing exactly what they accused President Joe Biden of doing. Just denying states help that they need for disaster relief. It's projection. Of course. With MAGA, it's always projection. Always projection. Look, Arkansas, yes, is appealing. And by the way, the governor of Arkansas is Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Trump's former press secretary. She has to go through an appeal to get funds from Trump's FEMA. Even though she was a loyal Trump soldier, one of the most loyal, she's not getting the money. The state of Arkansas is not getting the money. So if you were a red state, you're on your own. You're all on your own. Look, if I wanted to be petty, and I don't want to be, I could point out how this is a real FAFO situation. Arkansas voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump. Okay? A red state. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to be petty. I don't want any state or any person to be ignored. You see, I want a government that actually helps people in need. I don't care how you voted. Now, I know that's not exactly a popular position these days, but that's how I feel. I think of the family that has small children, okay, that have been just devastated by these natural disasters. Their parents might have voted for Donald Trump over, I don't know, hating trans people or something. Make up a reason, okay? But you know that's they voted for, or maybe even the economy. I don't know. So they voted the wrong way. They voted for this, yes. But did the child vote for this? No, kids can't vote. That kid is innocent. I don't want innocent people to suffer for their parents and other people's mistakes. We're better than that. And we're better than Donald Trump. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.